Sarah Hildebrandt, Final X, huh?
Yes, Final X! It's finally here.
Talk about what it took to get ready. I mean, winning the Open was cool, but
yeah,
this is a 3-match series with everything at stake.
Yeah, winning the Open was cool, and I think for a lot of people it could be a moment where you're like, all right, I've arrived. And I think for me it felt more like, shit, everyone's coming for me now, like it's time to pick it up. And that was cool because to be succeeding and then feel the need to pick it up even more has just elevated my training so much. I was getting to the point this last month where by Fridays I was crawling off the mat. Like I couldn't move. Like I was so tired, and at first I was like, I'm not ready, what is happening? And then it hit me that I'm like, I'm pushing myself harder than I ever have to get ready for this because I do feel like I need to pick it up. I do feel like I have a target on my back, and like I said, it's just elevated my training, and so now I'm feeling good. I've had a nice taper. I don't have to crawl off the mat. But yeah, I think just getting ready like that and really pushing myself has helped.
Oh, go ahead, Gary.
World Championships 2016. Had to have learned some things. You took 10th. You wanted to take first.
Yes.
You win tomorrow, and it's not your first Worlds. You've been there. What kind of things did that do for you?
Just knowing that I've beaten amazing girls to make this world team before, and I'm capable of that, and just kind of knowing that that's what you have to do again. And then the fact that Worlds are back at Budapest has kind of been my mantra, like back to Buda, like, and that's kind of my goal. I'm getting back to Budapest, and instead of taking 10th, I'm taking first.
Go back to a year ago, your elbow, and explain the emotions that were going through your head, and compare that to now.
Yeah, that was a really difficult time for me. I was obviously didn't expect it to happen, and then just kind of realizing I wasn't going to get to wrestle off, and realizing that my season was done. It just hits you really hard, especially when you're not expecting it. And in a way that it just kind of woke me up and allowed me to prepare this whole last year. I've started preparing for tomorrow, and that's different than ever before. I've been ready for this. I want this, and kind of that wake-up call is nice. A little blessing in disguise, I guess.
U.S. Open, you guys wrestled in the finals. Do you think this will be a similar looking match?
No. I would think you're insane if you wouldn't change your game plan a little from, just it resulted in a loss for her. So I'd imagine she's going to come with something else to the table. With that being said, she's still going to be herself. And with that being said, I'm going to be myself. And I think just having all this extra time since the U.S. Open, we've had, a month to prepare just for this one person. I've done what I can, and I can rest easy at night every night because I've put in the work, and so there's not that stress of, should I have done more? It's more like, I'm bringing the best Sarah Hildebrandt to the mat tomorrow, and I'm going to find a way to win.
You enjoy life. You're always positive. We got a lot of pictures of you interviewing with smiles. Well, you get out on the mat, it's all business. You're serious. You're tough.
Yeah.
Talk about turning the switch, because they're going to call your name. You're going to come out and step up on the mat with a big X on it, and it's your turn to wrestle. How do you get to the state where you can really bring out your best?
I mean, I think being like a gamer is kind of an important part of the sport. You got to be able to perform on those stages, and I kind of like that adrenaline rush. It's fun. It's really what brings me back a lot of the time. Like this competition, this is so fun. A lot of times I'll get done with the tournament and I'm so sore, and I'm just like, I would do this again tomorrow. Like it's so fun, and because this is kind of my livelihood and something I really care about, it's very easy to take it seriously because it is serious to me. And so life is really fun and training's really fun, but at the end of the day, I need to get the job done.
She said in the press conference you're a defensive wrestler.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
I have a great front headlock series, and so I think that's painted me as a defensive wrestler because maybe I'm not taking shots, right, but I'm using my front headlock. But that is something I've actively tried to change. I feel like my whole year this year, I've been scoring a ton of points, and defensive wrestlers are just going to keep the match close, and I've been opening it up. So, yeah, you could call me a defensive wrestler because I have a great front headlock, but I also won 6-0, so I'm scoring points some way or another, and that's being offensive. So, if I could put the points on the board, it doesn't matter how I get them if I'm walking away with that W.
I see family. I see your old high school coach around. Yeah. I mean, it's a big deal, right?
It is. I mean, it's just great to have them and just how much they calm me down, you know. Even yesterday they weren't here and I'm like, something feels wrong, and they got here and it's just like an instant like ease, and just having them, it just makes me happy and makes me realize that, you know, I'm doing this for fun and these people support me, and it takes pressure off in a nice way.
Well, wish you the best of luck tomorrow, Sarah. Thanks for the time.
Thank you. Thank